Hello friends, welcome to another session of video tutorial on robot framework. If you are an existing subscriber, thanks for all the support. If you are a new visitor or a regular visitor to this channel, please subscribe to this channel. To subscribe to this channel, click on subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that whenever I post a new video, you get the updates. In the last session, we have seen how to work with wait, delay, and timeouts. In today's session, we will take a look at some of the commonly used elements and how to handle it. And the common elements which we are going to take a look at is checkboxes, frames, handling alerts, and handling multiple windows. For that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this resource file example. Copy this first and then paste it here, and I will say common components. Okay, so let me close all other windows. For the time being, I'm going to comment out these two test cases. To comment these two test cases, select it and then control backslash. That will comment out all the test cases. So here I'm going to add my first test case. So I'm going to call it as TC3 testing dropdown component. As usual, we are going to create a new keyword. I'm going to call it as select from dropdown. Okay, so we added the resource file here for this, and under the resource file I'm going to add a new keyword. Select from dropdown. Okay, the first thing is I need to click on this dropdown link. So the dropdown link, let's get the XPath of this or ID if it has. In all my examples I'm taking XPath, but you are free to take the CSS or the ID value directly or class value directly. And this is a containing text which is okay. The first thing which we are going to do inside this keyword is clicking on the link. So click a link. There are two options here. We need to select one of these options. There are three keywords available. One is you can select the list by index, as in the index of these. This is 1 and this is 2. Or you can select it by label by providing the full name of the option, that is option 1 or option 2. The third one is selecting from the value itself. So how do I select it from the value? So if you look at this component here, so this option has got a value attribute here. So you can provide value as 1 for option 1 and value 2 as option 2. So there are three ways. So let us take a look at all three ways. Then select from list by index, and this is an ID which contains dropdown. and I want to select second option from here, that is option 2. Okay, so this is first way of selecting it. Then now I'm going to select from the second option, which is select from list by label. Again, we are going to provide drop down, and this time we are going to provide option 1. And the third way of selecting it is by value. Again, ID and drop down, again selecting the second option. So let's save this and then go back to common components and run this from the terminal. So how to run it from terminal, we have seen it in the last session. Please go back and refer to that video. Okay, so robot, and the file name is common components. Okay, it opened up. Okay, so the test case has passed, but we didn't see what it selected. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a sleep here. Okay, and then okay, so now let us rerun this. Okay, it's going to wait for 5 seconds and then it's going to select the first option, which is option 2, which is based on index. Now it selected option 1, which is based on label, and finally it's selected by value. Since we said we are not going to use sleep here, I'm taking it out. We are done with the drop down now. So the next thing which we are going to take a look at is the frames. Okay, so there are frames here available, and the one I'm interested in is iframe. Okay, and inside this I'm going to add some text. So this is a frame inside this particular web page, so I'm trying to add a text here. Okay, for that we need to click twice, one on frames and then on iframe. Okay, so let us add a new test case here, and this test case is for iframe. Okay, add text to iframe. So this is my keyword. So I have added a new test case and this is my keyword. So inside this keyword, again I need to go to resource file and I'm going to add it here. Okay, so this is my keyword, and the first thing is clicking the link. Again, a text is equal to, and what was the text which we need to click on its frames. Okay, so after that it will go to the next page, and inside this next page I need to click on this iframe. So let me inspect this. Again, it is a link with text as iframe, and then click a link, to space followed by a text is equal to iframe. Okay, so we clicked on these two links. Now we are at this point. Okay, before adding any text here, I need to select this particular frame. So I'm trying to select this frame. Okay, so this is the iframe which I'm interested in. So this iframe has got ID MCE0 IFR. So there is a built-in keyword which we can use, select frame followed by the ID of that particular frame or XPath or whatever the locating strategy which you are using. So in my case it is ID with MCE0 IFR. So provide MCE and 0 IFR. So where do we add the text? Add the text here. Okay, so here inside the body we need to add the text. So the body contains, now we can make use of input text. And again ID is tinymc. And what is the text? Okay, so this is the text which I'm going to put. So whenever you deal with iframe or frames, you need to first select that particular frame and then perform any operation on it. Okay, so let's save this and go back to common components test case. So let me comment this one out because we don't want to run it again. We have already run this particular test. Okay, so again, clear screen, robot, common components, robot file. Okay, so let's see why it failed. Okay, it says no keyword with okay, so there's a spelling mistake here. Click link. Okay, so clear screen again. Okay, so you can see that the test case has passed and it put in the text into our editor. So again, I'm going to add sleep here just to see. This is after adding the text. I'm going to sleep this time because we want to see whether it has really added or not. save this. Okay, as you can see, it has put in hello text in iframe. That is about iframe. The next test case which we are going to take a look at is handling multiple windows. Here we have a link for opening up multiple windows. Okay, so this is that particular link, multiple windows, and then there's a link provided here which opens up another tab. Okay, and inside this tab we are going to check whether this contains this particular text or not. I need to add a new keyword here. Okay, so this is a simple keyword, multiple window test, and I'm going to go back to a resource file again. Okay, and then for the first thing is we are clicking on some link here. We have seen how to click on a link. A text is equal to, in this case it is multiple windows, yeah, and multiple windows. Multiple windows, and then the next thing which we are going to do is clicking on this particular. After clicking on multiple windows, we need to click on click here. So let's inspect this, and then again it's an anchor tag. Click a link. Okay, so we clicked on the first link and we clicked on the second link. It should open up the tab. Okay, after adding click here, we need to switch to a new window. Like we selected the frame earlier, the same way we have to switch to a new window, which is, there is a keyword available, switch window and new, so that it switches to the new window. Okay, so we would like to see whether it has really switched or not. So I'm going to add sleep here for 5 seconds, and then I'm going to take it out later on. If you want to switch back to the old window, then you can always do the same thing, like switch window, and then you can provide main here, so that it switches back to the main window. Okay, so you can switch back and forth. So again, I'm going to add 5 seconds of sleep here so that you know that it has switched back. Okay, so currently after switching to this particular window, we don't have any controls here, but if there are controls after switching to this particular window, we can perform operation on it. So it just has this text. So okay, so if there are any controls, then your code will go here after switch window to perform any operation on the new window. Okay, so let me save this and then go back to my common components robot, and let me comment out the earlier test case for iframe and rerun this. robot, common components robot. Okay, it has switched to new window and it's going to wait for 5 seconds, and it closed the window quickly because there was no to space here. Okay, so we fix that. Okay, so again let me rerun this. Okay, it has switched to new window and it will switch back to the original window. Yeah, as you can see, and it's going to wait for 5 seconds and then close. Okay, so this is how we can handle multiple windows. The last component which we are going to see is alerts. We are going to click on JavaScript Alerts and we'll try to test some of these alerts. Okay, for that I'm going to comment out the existing test case and add a new test case. So test case 6 and testing JavaScript alerts. Alerts. Handle alerts or JavaScript alerts. Okay, so this is my keyword. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and go back to resource file, add again. Okay, again click link, a text is equal to, and the text is okay, JavaScript alerts. So inspect and copy this, paste it here. Okay, so this is JavaScript alert. Clicking on the link for JavaScript alerts, and after clicking on this JavaScript alert, so there are 3 buttons here. So let me inspect the first button, and here it says button. I can choose the text here or I can use on click here. So what I'm going to do is again click button, and then so here let me take the XPath of this / button, and then on click is equal to JS alert. Okay, so copy this XPath, paste it here. So if you provide XPath here, you can either provide XPath here followed by colon and then the XPath value, or you can ignore this. So okay, the first thing which we are going to do is click on this alert and then check whether the alert is present and then click on OK. After clicking on this JS alert, there are 2 ways of handling this particular alert. There is a keyword called handle alert, but what I'm going to use is alert should be present. So here alert should be present. So after this, so it's going to take 2 parameters. One is this text here, I am a JS alert, which is the text here. What this will do is this will verify whether an alert with this particular alert message is present or not, and then if it is present, then the next action it's going to perform is accept. That means it's going to click on OK. Okay, as usual, I'm going to add sleep here for 5 seconds, and then again sleep here 5 seconds, so that we know that it is clicking on this. Okay, so let's go back to this common components and run this. Okay, it's waiting for 5 seconds. It's going to verify whether that text okay, and it clicked on OK. You can try out these clicking for JS confirm and click for JS prompt. And there is a hint for you. Either you can use handle alert. First you need to check whether the alert is present or not, and then you can make use of handle alert. And for this JS prompt, there is a text box here. For this, the tip is to make use of input text into alert. I hope you can try it out and post comments on how it went. That is the end of this session. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments, suggestions, please post it under comment section under the video. I will see you in the next video.